Hello, everybody. This is Alberto Kennedy, aka Grimoire. This video is going to be discussing one of my curriculums, the Psychic Development Curriculum. Now, in the syllabus, where it details all the experiments, the practices, but I call them experiments, regarding developing your psychic ability, I have a few for every month. Keep in mind, my curriculum is for 3 months. So each month, you'll be expected to complete certain experiments. Now, when I say complete certain experiments, let me be clear. Doing one experiment is not going to cut it because these are practices. When you go to the gym or when you see these bodybuilders and they're all ripped, but that took work. It wasn't just once and they walked in and then they walked out, then they're ripped. No, that took work. And that's what it's going to take to develop your psychic abilities. Everybody is psychic, true. There are some who are born with the gift already developed, true. But they still have to practice. They still have to hone. They still have to learn how to get in control of it. I'm speaking from experience. There are practices, there are meditations, and there's a process. It's not just all of a sudden, boof, oh my God, I'm instant psychic in a second. Yay. No. Developing your psychic ability is, in of itself, a magnum opus, a great work. These curriculums are going to guide you on how to do it. In the psychic development curriculum, I begin with know your mind. Knowing your mind is essential. What I've noticed from my experience and from my research, psychic attacks, occult attacks, spiritual attacks, paranormal attacks, all of that happen to certain people who don't have a firm foundation in themselves. They don't know who they are. Psychically, emotionally, and psychologically. You have to have a firm foundation within yourself. It makes it very difficult for outside forces to sway you, to put you under their thrall, if you know who you are internally. Knowing your own mind is important. So I have in the curriculum essays for you to write. These essays are for yourself. I'm not going to grade them. This is for you to know who you are. Once you know who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything within you, you can integrate, you can distill, which means remove those things that you don't need. In terms of your personality, in terms of your behavioral patterns. This is excellent and powerful stuff because when you're working with your psychic ability, you want to have a firm foundation in you. You want to basically be a specialist when it comes to all things you. That's a firm foundation that'll lead you to the next topic in the curriculum, which is the collective consciousness. We're all connected. Have you heard that statement? Well, it's true. We're all connected, not just spiritually, but psychically. We have a psychic link to everybody in the planet. When you understand that, and when you can see that and feel that, that's when you are a part of the collective consciousness. In the curriculum, I show you how to connect to the collective consciousness. And we're all connected, but here's the thing. Just because we are unconsciously connected to something doesn't mean we're consciously connected to it. So that means we're not aware of it. We all have psychic ability, but we're not aware of it. So therefore, we can't access it. Once you become aware of your psychic ability. Then you can access it and then you can control it. That's what this curriculum is all about. So the collective consciousness is the second step. And connecting with the collective consciousness, understanding yourself, knowing your own mind. That's the first month. The first month is prepping you. It's preparation, conditioning your mind for what is to come in terms of the development of. Second month, we're going to go into visualization. A lot of people think visualization, oh, well, that's just imagination. No. Visualization is when you are seeing energy that is not physical, that's psychic, that's mental, that's spiritual. We are surrounded by energy left and right. Thoughts have power and energy. You know, when they say positive thought is powerful, well, yeah, because it has an energy signature. If you're around a bunch of people that are positive, you're going to catch a psychic high off that, because you're going to sense that they are actually positive. They are energetic. The energy around them is uplifting. That's the power of thought. That's the power of energy around their thinking. Thoughts have power and energy. Emotions have power and energy. We're surrounded by that all the time. Imagine 8 billion people on this planet thinking and feeling, and that's energy everywhere that we can tap into, because we're a part of that. We are contributing to that energy. So visualization is getting our mind conditioned to seeing that energy, to feeling that energy. And psychic, you see, hear, know what's not physically tangible. Empathic, you can feel what's not physically, empirically tangible. And I have experiments to guide you through that. And I go into detail in the syllabus. This is just an overview. I also, in the second month, we talk about auric healing, where you learn about your own energy that I was just discussing, the power of thought, the power of emotions. Well, that's all within your energetic field, your electromagnetic energy that you yourself are generating, which is your aura. I get you in touch with your aura, and how to work with your aura to affect the physical around you and the people around you in a positive way. Third month, empathic ability development. Empathic ability is a part of psychic ability. Here, I teach you how to get it under control, because a lot of empaths, what I hear is that they're just so inundated, they're hypersensitive, they can't control it, and they tend to shut themselves off from the world. The world is the problem. No, it's not. The problem is you need to get your abilities under control. You wouldn't have these abilities if you weren't meant to do something with them. You know, that's not how nature works. That's not how the universe works. You have a certain skill. That's because the world needs it. Nature doesn't create things um, just because. There's patterns. And you're part of a pattern. Whether you're psychic, whether you're empathic, you're part of a pattern, a larger pattern that you may not be able to see right now because you're inundated with so much emotions and that you can't filter and everything. But in this curriculum, I'm going to show you how to do that, to get in control of it. That leads us to telepathy and telempathy. Telempathy. People go like, what's that? Is that a thing? Yes, it is. Telempathy. Telepathy is basically being able to receive emotions and project emotions. Being able to affect other people's emotions with your emotions. We do this unconsciously all the time. But the trick is, again, to do it consciously. We can affect people, places, and things with our emotions, projecting them. And that's what I also go into in the curriculum. Psychic self-defense. I'd be remiss if I didn't include that in the curriculum, psychic self-defense. And I have some of my personal techniques that I have used over my 30 years practicing that have worked famously for me and that I'm sharing with you. And all of these techniques that I'm sharing with you through the curriculum are tried and true, which means I've tried them, I've practiced them, I've created them because I lived them, and they're true because they have worked for me. And I wouldn't be here teaching, helping. I wouldn't have my clientele. I wouldn't have the 30 years experience in this field without these techniques that I'm sharing with you. Those are some of the techniques in it. I'm not going to go into all of it because it's part of the curriculum and the syllabus that has to be purchased for my mentorship services. But I do want to give a brief overview, and I think I did that, letting you know what this course, this curriculum is about. There will be writing, there will be meditation. Also, this is just through the syllabus. These techniques are through the syllabus. There's also my books that have very powerful techniques, meditations to kickstart your abilities that should be practiced in tandem with with the syllabus experiments. And so that'll keep you busy. It's 3 months, and it's work, but it's fun work. It's work on you, work on your abilities, honing your abilities, sharpening them, awakening them for some. And I can't wait. Also, at the end of each month, I will Skype my proteges, not my students, because I don't like to see myself as a teacher. I'm a mentor. So a mentor has proteges. So my proteges I will meet at the end of every month for this 3-month curriculum, and we'll talk a bit of Q&A on their practices. They have questions, and just to see how the progress is, and guidance, to offer guidance. For the psychic development course, you don't have to read the occult aspects of the book, because you have 2 books, Book of Banishings and Necrosophia, Wisdom of the Dead. They both have psychic development techniques as well as occult principle techniques. If you're taking the psychic development class or psychic development curriculum, you don't really need to veer into the occult. Just focus on the curriculum that you've purchased, which is psychic development. I mean, obviously you can read that, but if you purchase the psychic development curriculum, I will only be focused on the psychic development curriculum, because the occult curriculum is a different curriculum. I hope I gave a little bit more information. I can't wait to help you, and bring light to dark places, and empower you to bring light to dark places. This was just a brief overview of the curriculum within the syllabus that I give to those who are taking psychic development with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Bringing light to dark places. I hope you do too. More to come. Bye.